rise of I can just go into it in detail if you like. Those particular cases, which incidentally were massively condemned by the Muslim communities, both in Paris and in Denmark, and in fact, just the other day in Norway, there were 1,000 Muslims surrounding a synagogue in protecting it in condemnation of the attack in Copenhagen. But if you look at these attacks, just take a look at who the people were. You can find out, for example, there's a detailed discussion in the current issue of France's leading international affairs journal, Le Monde Diplomatique. They go through the background of the assailants in Paris. They're Algerian, they come from the slums, they are products of the bitter Algerian atrocities in the 1990s, from which their parents fled, for which France had very significant, played a very significant role. It was supporting the military regime, and the groups that the young men came out of the protest against that, those actions. They live in very marginalized, repressed regions in Paris. They've been in and out of prisons. They've been involved in the kind of crime that comes from repression and marginalization. It's a pretty ugly situation.
Professor, it sounds like you're either trying to...
But they did, but...
You're avoiding it. I mean, are you avoiding it, or are you excusing it, or are you denying it? Do you deny that there's a rise in Muslim anti-Semitism in Europe?
Neither denying it nor avoiding it, trying to understand it.
So you acknowledge it exists and is growing.
It's very easy to scream at people you don't like. It's more serious to try to understand what they're doing and take constructive actions to prevent it. If you want to scream, that's fine. You can always scream at your enemies.